Doom just played Vox last game as well and did an exceptional job on it.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that once again. It feels like specific heroes go in different roles, right? Like we saw Leon going in the jungle with Doom on Vox. We saw Doom on the Baron last week. So maybe those two carries specifically, it's Doom in the lane.
Well, we've actually seen all 3 members of Mousesports play Vox in the lane now.
Yep.
The Justman, Leon, and I'm the Doom have now all played Vox in the lane, so they have that flexibility available. A Samuel pick, though.
Now, we have a Samuel locked in. Not only is this something we've barely seen on 2.9, but also this is kind of Agony's signature hero as well coming on through.
Yeah, I think it's the takeaway from Qlash, just because it also synergizes very well with the Blackfeather. They chose to play it in lane. But not only that, I actually might, like, you can expect them to flex the Samuel if they wanted to. You can still play it in lane. We know Mousesports, how flexible they are in draft. They strive to be unexpectable, and for Qlash to not see that coming is very common. So Mousesports could still use the Samuel in lane.
Certainly could. And I'm curious to see how Qlash are going to round out this composition, whether that Blackfeather does go into the jungle or whether it goes into the lane. Obviously, Kestrel banned away. That's been one of the high priority picks. What are we expecting Qlash to finish this composition out with?
I don't know if there really is an expectation for where they're necessarily going to go. There's a lot of options. You can go many different directions because Blackfeather is flexible, can be in the lane or the jungle. You know, we could see them try and run a double heal, but they're instead going to put the Vox here, which likely means this will be a Crystal Blackfeather, which feels like then they're trying to go poke for poke against a Samuel, and Samuel's going to win a poke war 9 times out of 10 against a Blackfeather. The Lyra is the one thing that kind of could swing that poke battle back in the favor of Qlash, but it's a risky situation to get yourself into a poke war here, because Mousesports, they could still go for another poke-oriented hero for their 3rd pick as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. The Lyra is going to be huge for Qlash if they do decide to go for a poke war, because of the sustain coming out from her. She can help them survive for longer. I like this coming out from Mousesports though. The weapon power Aegis is what I'm expecting to come through in the lane with the CP Samuel in the jungle, and this is going to create an initiation and engage comp against the poke comp that's coming from Qlash that has very squishy heroes. They don't have a front line, so when Idris is going to go in and Samuel is going to follow from the backline, there won't be anyone who can stand in front of Samuel to block his damage just because they're all squishy. So I expect this to work really well for Mousesports, especially with the Ardent Gauntlets coming in.
Yeah, and once you get to those team fights, it's going to be all about kiting back with the Vox. But Blackfeather is not something you really want to kite back with. And Samuel is someone that loves to chase a team that is trying to kite back.
Yeah, this feels like advantages towards Mousesports almost across the board with the Idris pick to round out their composition. I love that pick. I love what it does for their composition and the way it matches up against what Qlash is trying to do in themselves.
All right, so what is the play for Qlash then? How do you go into this composition? What is the playbook going to look like?
Honestly, if they don't fall behind early game, if they wait for Blackfeather to get to his level 8 and then try to siege and perhaps get a kill, perhaps get a turret with Lyra sustain, they might be able to pull it through. But if Samuel gets the slightest leads in the early game or mid game, it's going to be so hard for them.
All right, well, it's time to get on into the 2nd game of this quarterfinal. Don't forget to let us know on social media who you want to take this one. Hashtag Vainglory8. Let us know whether you want Qlash to come back into this one or if you want a 2-0 for Mousesports. It's time to pass it back over once again to Sean Humanisto, or should I call them the Dadcast?
Munch, you just call us whatever you want, buddy. We like you quite a bit. But you're right. We've got Team Qlash versus Mousesports here. Mouse up 1-0 in the series. And Sean, these are pretty strong drafts on both sides. Which one are you preferring?
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna go for Leon on this Idris here. The weapon power Idris, you know, of course it could still potentially be CP, but we do expect it to be weapon power. The dive potential that it has to get to Vox there on the back line, and the CP Blackfeather, it has really good potential, especially with barriers here in 2.9.1 being so important. The dive is going to be very important, and as long as Idris is not getting hit before a few seconds before he does a dive with his Shroud Step, it's going to give him a really solid barrier to protect him in these team fights.
That makes sense. I thought it was also really well put, the way Iraqi kind of explained, you know, when Idris is going to dive and get into the back line, once they kind of collapse down, like Samuel, for the splash damage, seems like he could have a very large effect. I'm curious to see which build Doom goes for specifically in this game.
Yeah, so am I. It looks like he's working towards a double crystal bits. Of course, that could go to any number of things that we have for Samuel. We do see a little bit of a Vanguard coming out here onto Leon. Looks like we're just farming up as per usual.
When would we expect this game to blow open here? I mean, is this a game where they're going to be happy to just farm for a while?
I feel like probably once we get to the level, we already do see I'm the Doom actually hitting level 2, so he's going to have those empowered Malice and Veridicts there. That's going to enable him to really get some good range with those things and do a lot of damage, especially that AoE damage that we were talking about. But I feel like we could get to probably mid-game here. I don't know, in the next few minutes or so, we're going to see some action, Humanist.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to kind of play games around the middle area of the map right now, but you can tell both teams not feeling like there's a serious advantage either way, and they're not willing to kind of stick their neck out there. Justman will finally aggro off the Elder Treant. Disowned is watching from the left tri-brush. He moves out. They know he's there. He'll pull the aggro back the other way to go ahead and reset it. It's just a standoff.
Yeah, it's just a standoff right now. We do see Samuel actually picking up a buff this patch. He does have a Corrupted Genius buff, so he gets more heal and gets more energy.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So that's going to be able to help him with his sustain really well. Looks like Justman is doing a little captain battle there in the bush.
Justman, the best captain battle. Justman's Arden is amazing. I hope I don't cast or curse him here. But I really enjoy this guy's Arden. His gauntlet's usually very strong. We'll look to have some big plays out of this guy here in this game.
Talking about I'm the Doom somewhere on this Samuel. His Drifting Dark is actually has an up. Oh, what a
Doom
the
just
Elder
stole the
Treant.
Treant away. Mercedes even dropped down to secure it for his team, and he drifted back, fade away. Michael Jordan jump shotted it and stole it.
Yeah, the best thing about Samuel is that fade away that he's got there with those Malice and Veridicts. Oh, it's so good to see him throwing those things when he's got them empowered. But he also has a CP ratio per target, which is up 12% in 2.9.1 as well. So again, he's gotten pretty good buffs, and he could be utilized pretty well here.
I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. On the other side, Agony just happy to farm up. Disown, use the healing flask. Leon jumps in. The Bright Bulwark's down. Leon's going to get back. Turret doing pretty good damage. Agony's here. Justman dropping low. Justman, he does not have a healing flask. Justman's in trouble. Leon trying to trade damage, but now is Leon in trouble. Oh my goodness. First blood over to Team Qlash, and Leon has to respect the damage coming out. Now I'm the Doom. Has to make a decision. He's going to move up to the lane and try and help his buddy hold this here.
Yeah, Mercilli's actually secured that last kill, the first blood that we saw. Really good, actually. He's got that Blazing Salvo, so that's allowing him to do some pretty good damage per second.
Oblivion on the top side, Drifting Dark. I'm the Doom, just wrecking Disowned. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful, and that allows Disowned to actually go back and buy that fountain. We have still more aggro on this turret here. A little bit of engage, but it looks like they're backing off. Yeah, that was actually a really good trade for Mouse. They were able to push up the wave so well. They got a little bit of about half damage on that turret there. Really well placed Oblivion in that last fight, Humanist.
Oh, that was so clean, and that was just a really nice early game usage of the Oblivion. We don't always see it come out too often, unless you're looking for a team fight or something like that. But just to see it, like that was sub 5 minutes. He comes out, he pokes Disown, boom, Malice and Verdict. Oblivion is beautiful. Shrouds up forward. Leon trading with Mercilli's, gets the Vanguard, moves in. Mercilli's taking a lot of damage. The Chakram comes through. Mercilli's, he'll get that fountain and uses his own healing flask, I believe, there to keep himself in fighting shape.
Disowned actually picked up a fountain first, right? So we were actually discussing in the last game how prioritizing Crucible and Fountain is often something that we see here for various Lyras. I think Crucible would have been better to prevent those Oblivions from locking them down.
Ooh, Agony, Rose offensive over. Leon did follow him. And that turret dropped the aggro. He's in with a Shiver Strike. Agony dropping low. He's got a healing flask. Moves back. He's got the on point. Finds the kill. Leon, you went in too deep, buddy. Made a bit of a mistake there. Paid for it. Agony didn't pay for it. But I'm the Doom, and Justman will live through this fight.
Yeah, this is kind of a flip from what we saw in the last game, we did see some early aggression coming out from Team Qlash last time. I am excited to see them actually continue to pick up the pace here. And it looks like Agony's down.
I think Agony forgot which side of the map was his then.
Dude, he tried to take advantage of. Oh, there's Oblivion.
You're sleeping. It's a nightmare. He doesn't want to wake up from this dream, but it's too late. Mouse find another one. Mouse probably gonna take the turret as well here, Sean. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Oh my goodness, that are we like 100% on the Oblivion so far, Humanist? Because that put him to sleep, and he's taking a space nap right now. Fox is. But he does pick up Poison Shiv, so that's going to allow him to sustain a little bit better. Let's hope they pick up some reflex blocks, because we don't see any. Well, we do see one reflex block on Disown, so he's actually working towards Crucible. Ooh, possible game.
Oh, Disown, and he throws the flare, who's point blank, and he's taking too much damage. He's down. Oh, Disown gets wrecked. 3-man on point from Agony. Mercedes is there. Leon, what's Leon going to do? Leon's been pulling the trigger over and over. Agony taking a little poke damage. Vanguard's on I'm the Doom with the Malice, the Verdict. Almost every single one connecting. Leon's wrapping around the backside. Agony, he's in a bad place. Shock him, Shroud Step, and get wrecked. Agony goes down one more time.
Crystal Sentry defeated.
The beautiful rotations and collapse, Humanist. Is Disowned gonna be a victim too?
Disowned, you're a victim to your own decisions. Merciless, though, maybe bottom left time. Shimmer Strike over the top. Leon with those beautiful mechanical plays here. Can they dive this? Felt like maybe they could have dived at the fountains there before it over the top. Leon, they already got the fountain, is gonna trade it. Merciless, you gotta be careful. Shroud Step right back in. Leon, he went too far. 340 damage. Agony gets him with the on point. Now is the chase on? You have to assume so. He misses the on point. That's probably going to cancel off the aggression. Nope. Okay, the sigil. On point, 457 damage on the Doom. Doom, healing flask. Gets the Vanguard. Throws the Malice Verdict down the pipe, the drifting dark across the lane. He's going to go ahead and clear this here. I'm pretty sure he's going to go ahead and take all this gold. And you know what? I think it's just based off that situation. That's probably okay.
Yeah, it's probably okay. That was actually a pretty good trade. Overall, we saw a lot of team fights there, but overall, really good for Mousesports. They have a turret down. That's 4 turrets that stand between them and victory today. Humanist, Sorrowblade picked up by Merciless on this Fox. That's going to allow him to do some pretty good damage here, along with that Poison Shiv applying those mortal wounds. But Leon and the rest of Mousesports really doing well to just rotate, take the advantages where they can. Whenever they're pushing forward, they rotate down, head into the jungle, and look, there's a perfect example. That wave is pushed up pretty well past the 50-yard line, and we have Mousesports rotating down, putting down some vision, and it looks like there's a Chakram coming out, Bright Bulwark thrown up defensively.
Leon's looking really good on this Idris right now. I gotta tell you, some tasty movements. Now, Leon jumps forward, the Shroud Step, onto Agony immediately. The only thing I've seen wrong is Leon, when he kind of overextended himself, it made it very easy for the Black Feather to chase him down, but we'll see how this one plays out. He gets a Vanguard, a Shimmer Strike right into Agony. That's the target they want, the Gauntlet down. Oh, the Sleep on top, Merciless, there's nowhere to go, but Leon, he chases into the jungle, buying a moment here for Team Qlash to regather themselves. Shroud Step back here. Leon taking a whole bunch of damage. Arcane Passage, he throws out the Chakram, looking to turn it around, but they have to respect the Drifting Dark Malice and Verdict damage, of which it looks like it bought enough time for Mouse to go ahead and get themselves out of this fight, which very quickly turned into Team Qlash's favor.
It did. They were able to push back on the defensive right there. And it's really too bad that the Oblivion landed and no one was there to follow up. Leon was just too far down into the jungle, and he was going after the other carry. Doing that, there was nobody to take out someone who was fast asleep. We saw them have really good synergy and dynamics earlier in the fight, with Leon just jumping onto whoever was asleep. Same thing with I'm the Doom, but oh man, they need to clean up their gameplay a little bit if they're going to be able to secure this. Broken Myth actually is picked up by Agony. That's going to allow him to just pierce a little bit better here with this CP Black Feather. And I feel like Team Qlash has got to throw down more vision, you know, like especially in these tri-bushes. Looks like there's an engage.
Leon's trying his darndest to make an engage happen here. I'm the Doom's going to wait the 13-12 seconds there for the Drifting Dark to come back. Right now, Mouse just basically swinging every time they have an opportunity. Agony doing a good job with these on points. Most of them are landing. Shroud Step forward. Agony, a lot of damage. Rose Vincive over the wall. Oh, the Shimmer Strikes there. Leon was quick on that one. And that is going to be a Crystal Sentry for Mouse as well. Mouse have a very strong control. Now, they can look for a kill. They can look for Gold Mine or whatever they want. They're going to wrap around the top side. Qlash know that this is coming. They're going to get the speed boost. Mercili's actually kind of dipping back there. Nice scout trap reveals Qlash's rotation. Leon, he'll take the farm in the lane.
Humanist, do you see what they're doing here? They're actually, this is a very interesting dynamic that we see in between the Vanguard being used by Justman and the barrier that we already have for Idris when he Shroud steps in. So when he Shroud steps in, he actually becomes the focus of the enemy team, and they're going after him, but we actually have I'm the Doom on the back line doing the real damage with all these empowered Malice and Verdicts. He's sitting at 4-0-2 right now, and Leon is just coming in like that.
There's your Shroud step right there. Agony Rose defensive back. He's into the Sigil. Perfect execution there for Disown. Just have the Sigil waiting for his ally. Flares out. Disown realizes they're in a tough place. And the Bright Bulwark's already been used. Another Rose offensive used defensively. And Justman, a gauntlet that I'm not used to seeing Justman kind of throw there. It was very interesting placement of the gauntlet. Whatever the case, these guys still in range to continue fighting if they choose to do so. Chakrams continue to fly out of Leon. He's probably just trying to get the most efficiency out of his weapon infusion, which is level 9 weapon infusion. Is currently on the downside of that timer there. But whatever the case, they don't go down, they get out clean.
They get out clean. Earlier in the game, what we actually saw that was really clean move from Leon was when he actually Shimmer Striked, grabbing Agony as he rose offensive away. He was not safe. Once he went over the wall, Leon was still there, and it looks like they're actually going to be working on this gold miner now, potentially forcing a fight here.
They've been working all game, Sean. It's your mistake. This is not just work right here for the gold mine. Now they're in. Leon on the Shroud step. He's moving back. He's on to Agony. This is the target. He's very clear. He wants his Black Feather. Has he gone too far? He gets a bit of healing. He lets I Am the Doom on the front line. I Am the Doom's out of the Drifting Dark. The Malice of Verdict did pretty good damage there. So these teams just clash up against each other like two tsunamis. Just splash back and reset.
Like two tsunamis. We do see Mercilius actually has a breaking point, but I feel like these fights need to go on a little bit longer. There's a lot of engage and disengage that we're actually seeing here here at 13 minutes into the game. Once he's able to do some more damage and just stay awake and aware in these team fights, then we're going to see Vox be able to ramp up some serious damage here, Humanist.
Yeah, it's just a very fine line that he's trying to walk, right? I mean, he can't get engaged on, but as long as he starts to get a couple breaking point stacks, it's very easily, it just means green light go for him in these fights. We'll see if he can do so. This is a dangerous line to be walking with Leon. Obviously coming online here, very strong. He has the level 12 weapon infusion now, 14 minutes into the game, 6-3 advantage to Mouse. John, so Qlash actually get caught here. The Vanguard, the Gauntlet comes down, stuns too. A nice heal right over the top side. The second Gauntlet comes through as well. Mouse trying to light Qlash up, doing pretty good so far. Leon, he switches target back over to Disown. Disown with the Arctic Passage. Mercilius takes it on through. He's got a couple breaking point stacks. 14, looking for 15. This is Justman on the backside. Justman's gonna get ripped apart by this weapon box as they lost 2. And I'm the Doom, last man standing for Mouse. Man, that was hard to watch there. But you see, once that Vox gets those breaking point stacks, that's exactly what you were talking about.
Exactly, Humanist, and I'm glad my son made me proud because he was able to stay in the fight longer and he was able to do that. And Disown, we've been talking about the vision and getting ganked so much for them. They actually took that gold mine, and there's a turret too. Well done for Team Qlash, taking advantage and capitalizing on all the kills that they've been taking.
Yeah, that was a very, very good fight, and then, you know, it's not the epic fight in the sense of they were able to get Kraken out of it, but Kraken's on the map now. If they can get another fight like that, this game is completely in their favor.
Check out the net worth. It's actually about, they're only 500 apart right now, but Mousesports, they actually want blood. The vision game is really important right now, Humanist. We do see a lot of vision being picked up by both sides. Disowned needs to take the flares, scout traps, put them all over the map. They need to control this crack in the mid area. Looks like Mousesports could be going around, getting a little bit sneaky, but they're backing off. We do see infusions picked up for both sides on the carries. Looks like that level 12 infusion is burning out for Leon, though. He's going to need to pick some more of that up later on.
I think he was just juking back and forth between lane and shop. I bet you that's what he was deciding. Do I shove this lane one more wave, or I want to buy that? And then the flare comes out from Qlash, and he's like, okay, I definitely know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, it looks like Merciless is also working towards another Tyrant's or a Tyrant's Monocle. That's going to really give him some serious crit damage in these team fights. So yeah, they're doing really smart prioritization right now with their shielding as well. We do have that Aegis picked up by Merciless. We know that I'm the Doom has been the main damage dealer, I feel. We've just been seeing Idris Leon here as the guy who's engaging. He's pretty much like a Cruel. This weapon-powered Idris is getting in there. He has the barrier. He's able to do a lot of damage, but then we do see I'm the Doom finishing them off from the backline.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been playing out thus far. And as long as Leon can kind of stick on a target, he's usually getting the kills. And the moment they're able to peel him off, it seems the fights start going the way of Qlash. Now, about 17 minutes in here, Mouse feeling pretty good. We're going to see Leon look to purchase some items down at the shop here. He goes for the infusion. He gets the Atlas Pauldron as well. So this maybe is a tool that he didn't have before. Do you think this is going to have a large impact in the next fight?
Oh yeah, Humanist. If he's able to Shroud Step in there, Leon's going to be able to activate that Atlas Pauldron. He's going to be able to slow down the damage output that's coming from Merciless. If he's able to do that, it's going to be slower for him to get those breaking point stacks up, and that could potentially be something that Mousesports uses to.
There's the gauntlet. It does stun up Disown, but that's on the front side of the fight. As Leon's there, he's on Agony. He gets the Vanguard, the stun. No Agony. He's walked right into it. Now Merciless. Can he get the damage down? He's got a bunch of breaking point stacks, but there's so much healing coming out here from Mouse. Mouse looking great. No, you went too far. You done goofed. Doom on the front line. You're not too tanky. Justman goes down. Double kill for Merciless. Leon, he has to run. It's Disowned Merciless. Now Disowned, it's 4 seconds before he has a sigil. I was going to say you can give him the movement speed bonus there. Between that and the Sonic Zooms, maybe Leon wouldn't have been able to get away, but Leon gets back. And he actually tries to take the mid camp there. He's not going to get it. Merciless has got the damage. He's on to him. Leon, no, you made a mistake. That's Leon. Would you let it, Leon?
No, Humanist. What a positional error that we saw from Leon right there. He had the advantage. He was backing off. It looks like Qlash is going to be working on this Kraken now. Virtually uncontested. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it. It looks like it's going down pretty slowly. But Leon, he was going he should have went closer to the Crystal Sentry. If he had just gotten closer or past the Crystal Sentry, then he could have been out of visual range. But because he wasn't, this Kraken is going to be on the leash for Qlash.
Forehead fail fish, man. Sometimes you make a mistake. Sometimes that's a mistake that you're going to remember at the end of the day. That one, I'm sure, not feeling very good for Leon. Whatever the case, Kraken has been unleashed. Mr. Ostino will be marching down the lane for Qlash, an ally of Team Qlash. And Mouse, they have all the tools here to take this fight. I think they can take a clean fight, probably defend, lose one turret if they play it super clean. Easy 2 turrets if they make any mistakes here. What's the play? I'm the Doom, pops that infusion. They start to get a little damage out. Jeffrey Dark's going to move forward, right forward. The Gauntlet comes down, stunning up too. They're going to be looking for him. War Tread, second Gauntlet comes down. Oblivion on the top, but they split apart. This is Disowned, trying to heal up Merciless. Merciless is down. He's going to take the Arcane Passage out. Agony is split apart from Disowned. His Mouse chase, 2 to the north, 1 out towards the southwest. Leon's going to actually let him go and move back towards that Kraken, probably. Oh, he collapses back on the Disown. They'll take the Lyra. Agony's going to try and be annoying with the poke here, but they move back. This is going to be 2 turrets they lose, trading for 2 kills.
Yeah, really good trade actually here for Qlash. The 2 turrets down, and the Kraken's still pretty healthy, but it is getting melted by Mouse. Wow, if you are Qlash, you need to be able to play really carefully the next few minutes of this game. Just don't give any more of those kills over. They played too far forward, a little too aggressive, I feel. And then once we had those gauntlets come down, they were just trapped and locked up in there. Even though they were disengaging, they split the disengage. We did see them go to one of them go towards the north. We had Disowned in the north, and then Merciless. Agony went down, and it ended up being a really bad play for them. Really bad positioning.
Yeah, I feel like splitting apart there was... There were reasons why you want to split apart. Obviously, you see the second gauntlet coming down, there's an Oblivion, you're like, just spread! And suddenly there's a wall in the way as well. Mouse really creating a lot of chaos there that they then took advantage of. So I want to give a lot of credit to Mousesports.
Yeah, it turned into a 2v1 up there in the lane, and they were easily able to take out Disown. He has virtually no damage output as this captain, and a lot of his kit was actually burnt out. So he wasn't able to do very much except for just juke him around as much as possible. But this still could go either way right now. We do have a 4,000 gold lead for Team Qlash at the moment. We've got almost full builds across the board here. It looks like Agony's got to pick up some tier 3 boots there. But Mercilli's pretty much full built on this box here. And feeling away that treant where they can. Just taking the little things away.
Portraits.
Engage.
Gauntlet comes down. 2-man stun there. We're going to look for a second gauntlet soon here. Actually, that was a null wave gauntlet that came out onto Justman, but I don't know if it's enough. Agony, he's chasing here. He's on Diamond of the Doom. Leon's dropping low. Mousesports, is this the fight that you actually wanted? They started the fight, and they're going to be losing the fight. Team Qlash turning it all the way
Triple
up.
kill.
That's going to be a triple kill with 20 breaking point stacks from Mercilli's, and that should be the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to game 3.
Really well done, the 20 breaking point stacks from Vox, who's able to just stack up so much. I feel like the engage there from Justman, double gauntlets, the null wave silence, we just saw so many particle effects going everywhere. And now this Vein Crystal is going down. Team Qlash doing some serious work here. Almost the opposite of what happened last game, Humanist. 7-2 with Mercilli's on this box. I'm astounded, and kudos to Qlash.
Nah. Team Qlash looking very strong here. Mouse was first place last week. They lose game 1 to Mouse. They come back strong. We always say Team Qlash is one of these teams that could beat almost any team on a good day. They are showing it here.